All right, let's see if I can find another word here. Let's see. Oh, here's one. How about duck? D-U-C-K. D-U-C-K. Hey, I did it. All right, let's see. Any others that you guys see on here? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm just playing Bookworm here on my Axum Pocket PC, but I'll go ahead and set that aside for now. Guys, thank you for joining me. I wanted to spend some time on this video, not going over the history of this product or where it came from or the company that made it, although I will tell you that Grundig did make both of these products here. This is the versatile Mark VIII as well as the EW3. This one here on the right is a recorder and playback dictation machine, handheld, and then this is the playback machine only. And both of these were used, like, say, for example, an attorney would carry this around with him, a businessman, and then he would take his tape back to the office, and his secretary would use this machine to play back and type up a letter or document based on what he had recorded. So I want to go over with you the uniqueness of this format. Like, here's the tape that goes in it. I doubt if you've ever seen one of these. We're going to take one of these apart and show you what's inside. We'll take a close look at the mechanism on this and how it actually works. I've got a recording made by Einstein and a recording made by a Texan from the state of Texas here in the States. And I'm going to play back both of those recordings for you, not in their entirety, but just a sample so you can hear what the quality of this format is. So let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who collect tape formats, we have another one here for you to collect. This is the DeJUR format, D-E-J-U-R, and you're looking at two tapes that are part of that format. So on the left we have a white one, of course, and a black one. And I'll just go ahead and do a little close-up here and let you kind of look it over. So there are two reels inside this cartridge, which looks more like a typewriter ribbon than an actual tape. But yeah, so we've got the pressure pad right there in the middle, and we've got tape that appears to be the same width as like reel-to-reel tape or 8-track tape. So cartridge Exhibit A, cartridge Exhibit B. You can see the DeJUR Grundig made in Germany insignia there on the side of the cartridge. It's got a little window on the side here to show you that the tape is actually moving and kind of give you an idea of how much tape you have left to record on. These machines do not fast forward. They only play and rewind. Very interesting. First, let's look at the features of the playback machine, the EW3. On the left here, you have a tone control, which is also your power button. So turning it to the 1 position powers it up. Your controls here, as we already suggested, are rewind. And this is like a marker button. And then you have play and stop. Over here we have our scratchy volume control, as you see here. On the side here we have some inputs and or outputs. So we've got a connection there for the secretary to plug in her headset, his or her, and you have a switch here so that you can turn the speaker on or off if you don't want to audibly play back the recording. Looking on the back here, we have some other type of audio connector there, of which I am not sure. I actually don't have any of the accessories that go with this. Apparently, tracking on this machine was not a science, so you had to use this control to fine-tune the audio playback. Flipping it over here on the side, we have some other kind of connector here, either for headset or some type of accessory, maybe even a pedal, a foot pedal, that the operator could use to control the machine. Here is the bottom of the unit. Here it does support both 110 volts as well as 220. Protect against moisture. Pull out the plug before removing the bottom. Ooh. Okay, so you've seen that. Now the tape mechanism you saw a little bit of just a second ago, but I'll kind of do you a close-up there. There's one roller in there that is constantly turning, and once you engage the playback, you'll see that it moves in and out of place there. actually doing what is called a rim drive, or moving the tape just simply by turning the reel. And then there's another one on this side that handles the rewind function. Actually, I think this is the playback function. Yep, there it is. So by hitting play, you can see that little roller moving right into place right there. All right, so that's the general functions of this playback machine. Very simply made, and yet made kind of like a small tank. Here is the portable recorder that the businessman would take with him on the go. And it has some controls here on the side, and you'll also note that it's in this gorgeous faux leather cover, and we can go ahead and take that off. But before we do, I'll show you what is exposed here, which is the little window for seeing the tape move, the controls, and the microphone, which also gives you an indicator of the battery right there. So if your battery's good, it's in the green. If it's bad, it's in the red. So let's go ahead and unzip this thing, and we'll take it out of its little package. And there we have the Versatile Mark VIII. And you can see here that once the tape is removed, there's really not a whole lot left to it. Right here it has the Nell's Office Machines Sales and Service tag, and there's a phone number there. Some of you guys might want to dial that and see if it actually rings up Nell's Office Machines at 4019 Maple Avenue in Dallas, Texas. So the Texan that I mentioned at the beginning of this video apparently used this, and you'll hear his voice here momentarily. So we have, let's see, turn it back around this way. We have the record, which to record you have to push this red button up slightly and then back for record. Then off is in that position, and then we have playback and rewind. Again, no fast forward. They assume you don't want to skip past anything. You're going to enjoy every moment of that recording. Now, what's interesting is this little microphone and speaker, it has a dual purpose, comes right off, and you can see it attached there. I'm not sure why that part is removable, maybe to just isolate it from the rest of the unit and to cut down a little background noise there. We have a place to put our 3 pen light batteries, and you can put those there. Those are AA's. And on the back here, we've got an etched in serial number, as you see there. And there's also a little lock control here. So if you're a Sony fan, you'll appreciate this little primitive control that actually does lock the system so that you can't do anything with it while it's under the lock control. Maybe you would even call it a hold control, as Sony once called it. So we are going to take this guy apart and show you what's inside. There's really not much. It's very, very simply made. But first I want to take one of the tapes apart and give you an idea of what's going on behind the hood of that. So there were 4 screws that hold this cartridge together. There's 2 screws on this side as well as the other side, both on the corresponding side. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this cover very carefully here. And it has like a really cool mechanism on the inside. So if you've ever seen the inside of a VHS tape, well, this kind of mimics that particular setup. So we've got our take-up reel here, and this is 2-sided. So once you record it onto one side of the tape, you could flip it over and record on the other side as well. So we've got some little metal spacers here, I guess to give a little bounce to the tape mechanism there. And this is the part you won't see as you are recording, and that is the 2 reels turning simultaneously with the tape moving across. Again, the only thing you're going to be able to see is through this little window here, and see there's even an aluminum tab back there to give some reflection to that image. Okay, so now you have seen the cartridge that makes the magic. Now let's hear what is on this wacky tape. Again, Einstein and Cowboy from Texas. Cowboy guy is a salesman, and Einstein apparently is like a businessman. So let's hear Einstein first.
to 4,700. You want 2 cases, 15 dozen, 2 cases, total of 30 dozen. And then you want some pom-poms too, while we have to ship these from Woody. It's first quality but spectral and hold. So please place this 1 case there with Woody. The number, by the way, stand number is 600. This is the number for the pom-poms. This is spectral and hold invoice number 21099. Out of case number 34750 to 34816. You want 1 case, 15 dozen to case. Big deal. Well, what can I do? That's the way it goes. At once delivery. That takes care of order 4658. So the next order is 4654. First item is here 40-1001X. These are men's heavy all-on socks in irregulars. I sold them 15 dozen. That's for August delivery at 6:15. You have to give me that order. I don't know yet how I'm going to place it.
One of the best ways to improve yourself as a salesperson, especially if you're selling cigarette vending machines, is to record your voice, record your sales pitch onto tape, and play it back. So here's our Texan with his sales pitch. Wow, that Texan is one smooth cigarette machine selling dude. All right, so we got 4 screws to remove to look inside the Versatile Mark 8. So we got a screw here, 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 and here. The 2 long ones came out of the front, 2 short ones in the back. And we'll go ahead and flip it over, and there's a little panel that comes off here. And I'll zoom in a little bit here so you guys can take a look at all of its marvelous synchronous beauty. Now, the way the batteries are set up, you can put them all in the same direction. So you've got a really funky configuration here to wire those in. And it looks like it takes 2 different voltage feeds off of all those batteries, which would make sense because the batteries actually get really, really hot as they're being used. You got your drive motor here, your amplifier circuitry here, and your volume potentiometer there on the side. And as I switch the different modes here, so there's record, stop, actually that's record, stop, playback, and rewind. Okay, very cool. Now, does this one work? It sort of works, but not really well. We can go ahead and put some batteries in it. When I first got it, which was a purchase off of eBay, I was able to get it working somewhat, but the roller in there wasn't, well, let's just say it had lost its elasticity or its ability to grip, and it was not pulling the tape through very well. Yep. For some reason, it just doesn't want to work. Oh, there it goes. You can see it. You can see the motor turning there now. It is rewinding. That's off. Playback is that position there. See, nothing is happening. But rewind gives us a little bit of movement. Let's see if you can see these rollers moving around in here. Yep, there you go. So that's the main drive wheel that's going to move the tape along there, and you can see the back side of it here. There's rewind, moving into play, and then the play is this roller right here, and it just does not have much in the way of pull to it anymore. Probably that wheel there, the brown one that you're seeing there, needs to be replaced. Okay, so that's the basics of this unit. Now let's take a look inside the EW3 and see what goes on under the hood here. So there's only 3 screws to remove on this. One of them was missing, and one of them was almost stripped out, but I got it out. So here we go. Lifting the lid, and there's what we have inside. So we have like a motor and like a, I don't know, like a flywheel of some sort here up the top. Let's go ahead and flip the power on. You can kind of see it spinning in action there. Now, what I like about this is it's similar in the way it operates to my reel-to-reel that I have. I have a TAC reel-to-reel, which I did review on my channel. But what's cool is when you press these buttons, you're actually completing a circuit that engages a few things. So let's go ahead and hit the rewind button here. That actually may be play. Now, as I hit that button, you'll see the flywheel up here move. I'll do it again here. So yep, so we've got our circuit board up here that does our amplification. Got some power stuff over here. We got a couple of capacitors stacked on each other there. To the right here we have a transformer. Right next to that transformer is the voltage selector. Here is our drive motor, and this belt could probably be removed. Yep, it popped right off of there. So there's the drive motor, which runs all the time. And then we have our switches down here, our potentiometers, both for the tone and volume controls right there. So that is just about it, guys, for the inside of the EW3. And that will conclude our video today about the DeJUR dictation format made by Grundig. Now, before I sign off on this video, I wanted to say thank you to all of you who just started following me on my Facebook page. The address is right here on your screen. I now, as of this video, have 500 followers on Facebook. That is really cool. Thank you, guys. I also want to say thank you to these Patreon folks who are supporting me through Patreon. And you can support me as well on Patreon using the link located in the description of this video. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Share this video with at least 250 of your friends. Also, leave a comment below and click that like button. And we'll see you next time.
So here's what you do, Evelyn. We have time for with delivery. We have time until July. So why don't you go ahead and I would say ship them the 120 dozen men's socks. Let's go out. I let that be shipped by Dancy. But the boys' socks, I want you to go out, make out an order. You can leave the mill blank. I'll probably give it to Dancy. I don't know yet how I'm going to work it. And give me exactly the way it states here. You want 240 dozen from 9 to 11. If you notice, I sold the goods at $2.75, a low price. All three poly packed. Then I sold them 360 dozen from 6 to 8.5. Also price $2.75. So make that order out and give it to me. This is all for July delivery.